Welcome back to Off the Post, where once again we've got sports news. Do you know what, man? Even before we came on here, I feel so dejected. I'm not even going to finish the introduction. Do you know what I mean? It's been a bad week for me in a football sense, man. And this guy's here just taking the piss, man.
Rubbing it right in.
Sham, go for it, man.
What you say? Before I start, big up to the 3-point collectors.
That's it.
Nah, me.
That's all we do. That's all we're doing.
3-point collectors around here. Got the belt. You say?
Bro, do you know what? Derbies, you win some, you lose some. You had it off me 3 or 4 months ago. I suppose it's my turn. You know, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to have to take it.
Yeah, but you know what?
Right.
I'm going to let the loser talk first. Tell me what you thought. Tell me what you thought about the match. I want to see what you say before I start whipping them bullets out.
Alright, do you know what, yeah? I even said to you on the last podcast here, yeah, that this was... Yeah, you put that there, you put that there.
You're going to get this all podcast.
I did say to you on the last podcast, bro, that, you know, this derby is the first one in 2 or 3 that I don't feel as confident about. Like, when we played you back in October, I was confident. I had a reason to be. Do you know what I mean? You weren't playing very well. We were. This time, we've dropped off a little bit. I don't know what's happening, but we had a poor result against Southampton, and we've had an even worse result against you boys. What it is, going into a derby, I'm one of them guys at a derby, I don't really like them, bro. Because as soon as it starts, like, my chest is pounding.
Anything can happen as well.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I just don't like them. I'd rather turn up to a derby, call it a draw, go home. Honestly would. It's like, because you're over the moon if you win, but if you lose, man, it is sickening.
The whole game is nerve-wracking.
It is
the whole
sickening,
game
man.
From start to finish.
Especially because like, I've been flipping. I've had it from these boys for years, man.
Yeah.
For years, do you know what I mean? And then we just start flipping. We just start taking over a little bit. Do you know what I mean? In the last 10 years, because we have.
Yeah.
Right, and then
so.
and then when we're at this level, to still lose to them, it's just sickening, man. It's just we can't shake them off, man, and it winds me up, bro.
The thing is, they are this season. They're playing good football.
Yeah, well, they are as of like the last
few games,
10 games, but that's a long stretch.
It is.
Do you know what I mean? But bro, we watched it together. You know well, man. It's like I even said to you when it got to half
What
time.
do you think was wrong with your team?
This is what I'm going to say to you. So I'm going to say to you now, yeah. So when we got to half time, yeah, I think it was just very tactical to begin with. Did you watch the game?
I watched the game, yeah.
Yeah, so it was very. You could see that neither team wanted to give away anything. Like usually, City will penetrate your defence.
Yeah, 100%.
But we didn't even look like we wanted to do that. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, I don't know how many times I shouted at you throughout that first half, saying our passes in the final third were just non-existent. I think we missed Gundogan in the middle because as good as Bernardo Silva is, I don't know how many times I caught him at the edge of our 18-yard box collecting the ball off Edison. Do you know what I mean? It's just there was just something missing there, man.
You do know you had only 1 shot on target in 2 games.
Yeah, I know. We didn't have any.
That 1 shot on target was the goal.
Yeah.
Apart from that, nothing.
Yeah.
Why do you think? Because I know why, and I will say my part on United. Why do you think you guys? You said that you guys were not creating stuff. Why do you think that was? What do you think the problem was?
Well, the thing is, it's just like we can control games in terms of possession. We're very good at that.
Wait, hold on. Do you think you controlled that game? Because in football, there's different ways of controlling a game.
Yeah, that's what I just said to you. In terms of possession, yes, we did. We saw a lot more of the ball than what you did. It's just we didn't do much with it.
Okay.
So, I mean, even at half time, we had a lot more of the ball than you, but you created the better chances.
Okay.
Hands down. Because
so that's the thing. So why didn't you think you created more chances? What was the reason? Do you think they were just not passing it? They were like...
No. We were doing well up until the final third.
Okay.
Right? And then it just...
weren't there.
Yeah.
And that's not like City.
No,
especially
that's what I mean.
in a derby
It's not like
game.
them, but I'll tell you why.
In a derby game, you'd expect them to...
Bro, at one point, I see Mahrez attempt to play a 5-yard pass to De Bruyne at the edge of the box.
Pockets.
Oh, man. And he played it behind him. They're on the counter after that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Do you know what I mean? It's just...
Mahrez was in Malacia's pocket. Let's be real.
To be fair, but Malacia did bully him.
Wan-Bissaka had what's called Foden in his pocket.
Do you know what surprised
You couldn't
me as well?
even
Yeah?
hear about Foden. I
Bro,
didn't even know Foden was fucking playing.
this is the extent of it. This is what I'm saying about us in the final third against you boys, yeah? 22 minutes into the game, Foden had touched the ball once.
Yeah, that's not.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
All we were doing was passing the ball backwards.
And I'll tell you what happened. Now,
That's
on the
what Arsenal
United
used to do a
side,
couple of seasons ago.
even though City had possession and had the most possession, United controlled the game. And you know why I say
They
that?
were going for it.
We wanted you guys to hold possession. We stifled you throughout the whole midfield to the point where Rodri and your two defenders at the back were the only ones that had the most passes in the game.
Yeah, they did.
We blocked off everything and said, you know what? You just hold
It was
the
a
ball.
mind game. It's
You
like a
just hold the
mindset
ball.
sort of game.
We will just block off everything here. Where De Bruyne couldn't see the ball, Bernardo Silva couldn't see the ball. Your wingers, Haaland, nobody could see the ball. So it was just Rodri keep on passing it with the defenders to the wing backs and back it again in the middle. They what Ten Hag done, which I think was a masterclass, was that he saw that with City, the attacks and everything all starts with Rodri. Rodri gets the ball, pings it to them, and they do their business at the front. If you block Rodri, Haaland is not going to see the ball. What did we see in parts of the game? Haaland coming all the way back to the defence
I know, yeah.
and
That's
try and
not
get
him.
the ball.
That's not
And
what
that's
he
not
does.
him.
That's not what he does now.
Eric Ten Hag saw a weakness and said, you block out Rodri, you block out the whole team.
Game. Yeah,
you stop them from
it's
coming
controlling.
forward.
It's a way of
Yeah,
controlling.
coming
It's a
forward.
way. It's a mindset, a way of controlling.
Exactly. He had Fred man to man with De Bruyne and Casemiro floating around with what's his name, Haaland and Bernardo Silva, and then he had Luke Shaw and Varane. One of them is marking Haaland. Haaland couldn't do fuck all the whole game. And what's it called? That was the game plan the first half. So I think first half, even though you guys had more possession, we had the better chances.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
We stuck to the game plan, that this was the game plan, and let's do it. So we were not just pressing, running. I thought that should have been the way to beat them. But I said it last time, I thought you just have to go at them, but they saw it differently, and it actually worked. They blocked it all out and let you have the ball, and we caught you guys in the transition. What happened second half was that we came out, and I don't think we followed the game plan properly. They were a bit slow and everything.
not to begin with.
And then that's when
you conceded.
That's when City kind of took over. They were creating more chances.
Yeah.
Fred couldn't follow his man with De Bruyne. That one time that he lets De Bruyne go forward, boom, that's the first goal.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
When you lose focus, that's what happens. You go.
That's what happened.
Off the game.
Yeah,
It's gonna
only
happen.
how
It's gonna
long,
happen. Of course it is.
how far ahead could you keep focus with it?
Yeah.
And then what happens was with that
Goal.
Martial coming off, we didn't have the number 9 spot. Rashford was still playing on the left.
Yeah.
And stuff. And we didn't have that vocal point. So that affected the whole game in the beginning of the second half. That's why we were losing track. As soon as they made that change, where they brought Garnacho on and shifted Rashford to the middle, boom. Now we have a vocal point, and now we're playing forward.
Yeah.
It's
And
the,
then
vi-
that
the, vision, the,
changes
vision,
it.
the vision from the manager to do that, obviously,
Yes.
and that's what it is. The
Proactive.
the manager saw it, instead of crumbling, the manager saw what needed to be done, switched the
done it.
players into a position that they needed to be in,
Yeah.
brought on who he thought needed to be on, and obviously it changed the game.
Yeah.
Well,
And done it.
the first, I'd say 10 minutes, 10, maybe 15 minutes of the second half,
Yeah.
we were
It was
getting
all-
there, man.
it was
we,
all
were-
City.
we were getting into
It
the
was all
groove.
City.
And then just, from the right-hand
As
side,
soon as-
lovely pass
yeah.
into De Bruyne, lifts it to the back post, Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
bang.
As soon as Jack Grealish scored,
Man.
as soon as Jack Grealish scored, I thought it was done.
I nearly
Because-
went for his window.
Yeah.
Bro,
Do you
honestly,
know what? When I saw, like I say,
I
obviously,
thought it
with
was
you
done.
guys watching it, but I thought I thought that's it. It's game over.
I
But
thought it was
Do
done
you know what?
because there was
he
no.
said to me straight away, he was sat there, he looked so dejected, and he even said to me, when they kicked off, he was like, are you coming on COD later?
Yeah.
You didn't even want to talk about
Yeah,
it.
that's it though. It makes you feel sick then.
But then I just said to him, I was like, there's half an hour
No,
left.
left.
Like, this ain't done, man. It's 1-0.
Yeah.
This
I
ain't
thought
done.
it was done until he made the change. As soon as he made the change, the whole tempo of the game changed.
Oh, of course it did.
And stuff.
Yeah, like I said,
and it was
it
like,
changes
yeah.
the game completely.
And mate, they talk about. I saw on the news and everything. They were talking about City didn't have their best 11 in terms of the defenders and stuff like that. I could also have a shout that Luke Shaw doesn't play centre back.
Yeah.
But I did say to you,
Dalot's not our first right back. We played Wan-Bissaka. Malacia's not our first left back. Luke Shaw normally plays there. So we had a makeshift defence anyway.
But it worked.
But it worked. It was all because you block everything with Rodri.
Did Wan-Bissaka start though?
Yeah, but he's not our first choice right back.
No, I suppose not. He has been playing a few games though, hasn't he?
Yeah, because Dallow's been injured.
Yeah.
So he's not our first choice right back.
No, but I did say to you, bro, before the game, the only thing I'm worried about is our two central defenders.
Yeah.
Because they haven't played many games with each other. We had a fit Laporte on the bench. I don't care what anybody says. If you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're fit enough to start.
You're fit enough to start.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he is our experienced centre-back. So why he wasn't starting, I don't know. But I'm not going to blame that on the reason that we, capitulated in the end. Because then, obviously, after Grealish scored, there come a bit of a contentious decision for an equaliser. Now,
I don't care what anyone says, yeah.
Cham, let me put this to you,
According to the law, according to the law, that is a fucking goal.
Let me put this to you, and then you can speak afterwards, yeah? So, this is how I see it. The ball's played through to Rashford.
Yeah, Rashford's offside.
Offside?
Yeah,
he's
miles
offside. I came out of the womb and spotted he was offside.
no, he's offside. Yeah.
Right, now, Rashford's running onto it, right? And he is shielding the ball.
He's not.
He is shielding. No, listen to what I'm saying first.
Let me. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. He's shielding the ball, right? And Bruno Fernandes comes in, knocks it in. Now, for me, Akanji ain't really anywhere near it. But the fact that Rashford is jockeying it, you cannot tell me as a football fan that is not interfering with play, bro.
If it happened to you, you have to look at it as if it happened to you. What would your opinion be?
If it happened to City, of course, I'll be screaming, bro. I'll be like, that's a goal. He didn't touch it, that's a goal. I get it. I'm just saying that there is a debate to be had there, but I'm not going to blame that on the reason that we lost. At the end of the day, we didn't play well enough to win the game, but I don't think we played bad enough to lose it.
Okay,
so how I see that.
Okay, so now let me explain what happened with that.
1-1 draw, you reckon?
I think that would have been deserved.
I think United deserved to win. We had the most chances in first half. Their actual goal by ratio was like 0 point something. Like you had one shot on target. We had like 8. Like let's not debate.
Yeah, I know, but we took our chance. What I'm saying is like as
you didn't deserve to win.
If you look at it, no, I said
chances. Yeah,
you should have won it. But anyway, with that one goal, I'll explain why I think it shouldn't be called off. Yeah, when the ball gets played to Rashford, 100%, Rashford is way out. Yeah, way out. And what I hear about shielding is when you're blocking a defender from trying to reach for the ball. You're blocking them. Akanji is so far behind. If Rashford wasn't even there, Akanji is not getting to the ball. He's far behind.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
He was far behind. If you say Rashford was so far offside, you telling me Akanji is catching up to Rashford like that?
If that ball came in and Rashford weren't there,
Akanji's
Bruno is not scoring that goal, bro. I'm telling you now.
Let me finish.
Not scoring that goal.
If you watch the replay, Akanji is so far away from Rashford. Shielding should be Rashford on the ball, Akanji literally behind him and blocking him, and Rashford's with the ball. That is what shielding should be. And the thing where they say interfering, that will be interfering. Akanji is nowhere close to Rashford. Look at the replay again. Akanji is nowhere close to Rashford. Rashford is running with the ball. Smart thing by Rashford, or shall I say Bruno, because when the ball is played, Bruno and Walker are running to it.
Yeah.
Yeah? And Bruno just got the upper hand on Walker, shockingly, and fucking scores it, shoots it, tells Rashford to not shoot. If Rashford was not there, look at it in the same angle, and you will see Kanji's not getting the ball, Bruno is still getting the ball, because they were all running at the same time. They were all running. Look at the replay. People are looking at that footage and only looking at Rashford. If you look at where Bruno and Walker were running, they were running to the ball as well. It wasn't like, they were running, Rashford was running, and then Bruno just waited and noticed, he's offside, I'm going to come now. No, they were all sprinting for the ball.
Yeah, of course they were, because it was a crossfield ball.
If they're all sprinting for the ball, Akanji is nowhere close to the ball. It's really, it should be Walker who should be getting that ball, not Akanji.
Yeah, but
it should be Walker. And also, as a keeper, you're stupid by saying that, Rashford interfered with it. Because what? As a keeper, you saw already Rashford is offside. You should see Bruno is also running to it. You should be prepared for that.
No, he came out anyway.
Yeah, but they're saying that he interfered. If you knew that Rashford is offside and you saw Bruno coming, You're looking at Bruno. You don't care what Rashford
Yeah,
does.
I think any other fan apart from a Man United fan would say that he
because you know
interfered
why?
with play.
You know why? It's only a thing. It's only a thing when United do it. Last week, Liverpool done it. No one said nothing. Salah done that last week when they scored one goal. I forgot what team it was, where the ball bounced off and he was in an offside position, but because it didn't bounce off on him, he ended up getting the goal.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have stood.
Yeah, but it stood. The hype wasn't like how it is now.
Champ, listen, anyway.
And also Arsenal in the FA Cup. I have the replay on my phone. On the FA Cup, Sanchez scored a goal. Very same thing. I think it was Ozil or something ran to the ball when they bounced over. He was offside. Sanchez said leave it and ran and scored it. And that one, no one said nothing. Okay,
I don't think it was of the same nature, Sham. That's why.
Nah.
I don't think you had someone running the length of the pitch, shielding the ball. I'm telling you now, bro.
Explain shielding.
If you
guys say shielding. Shielding is literally. Are you disagreeing with me? That shielding
honestly,
is. No,
this
wait,
guy, bro.
You keep on saying shielding.
Any
People
other fan, apart from a Man United fan, would be saying
shielding.
that's exactly what happened.
Explain shielding. What's a shielding?
Bro, you see him the whole way. The ball got played through, and he was standing there jockeying right over the ball.
Was he blocking Akanji?
He was blocking everybody around him until
There
Bruno
was only
came along.
Akanji around him.
Oh, mate, do you know what?
I think it's going to be a one to agree to disagree.
We can sit here and debate this all day. At the end of the day,
that's it. It's going to go on for ages.
Akanji was not blocking him, but
at the end of the day,
Rashford wasn't blocking him.
I'm screwing
anyway,
it got given against
it
us.
was given against.
You would be screwing if it was given against you.
That's what.
Yeah, I'll be screwing.
That's the way you look
I will
at it.
understand it. I'll understand why. Because I'm logical. I can see it happen. You guys are just focused on one thing and you're sticking to it. But anyway, we closed it.
No, we didn't. Because I just said that's not the reason we lost the game. We lost the game because we didn't create enough chances.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about the wonder kid.
And then Garnacho absolutely spun Ake out the park, man.
Let's talk about the wonder kid.
Absolutely spun him.
That kid,
he's got a good future.
He's going to be.
He's got a good future.
Bright future in front of him.
Really good
He
player.
is if he keeps his head down.
That's it.
And
He has attitude problems, but
this is what I mean.
Ten Hag is keeping him in.
This is the problem.
Ten Hag does discipline. It looks like, obviously, with Man United, Ten Hag clearly does discipline the players. So if he keeps it under control, that kid he'll end up going far.
Yeah, no, 100%.
He'll do really well.
But like I say, it is if he can keep his head down.
Yeah,
because the problem is with like young players, up and coming young players, it goes to their head.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So hopefully,
yeah.
even though he plays for Man United, at the end of the day, I respect up and coming talent, no matter who they play for.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And he looks like a player that will do well for this league.
So yeah, I'm just happy we won the derby. You see things change at United.
Yeah.
Mate, we pocketed the big cyborg. We have fucking Luke Shaw pocket him in his pocket. Mahrez in Malacia's pocket. Foden in Wan-Bissaka's pocket. Bro, Casemiro showing Rodri how it's done. Cool.
Casemiro though at the minute. Casemiro, you see him. I see a video clip of him when he wanted to come back on the pitch. His just passion was just.
Crazy.
It was good.
But when they scored and he was celebrating, he's brought a lot to the team. People will keep on saying like, "Oh yeah, we bought this guy. He's almost done, mate." He brings a lot.
He's got a lot of energy on this podcast this week, innit?
Anyway,
he's got a lot of energy.
You should go back and watch a podcast we had when we beat him 6-3. We must have spoke about that game for about 5 minutes.
Oh no!
Anyway, guess
Sam ain't gonna let you get a word in edgeways.
Guess what? Manchester's red for now. Till we next meet.
For now, yeah.
Till we next meet.
I don't think he realises you don't get a trophy for beating Man City.
It don't matter. I'm talking about, like you said, it's all about pride. Remember when we spoke about derbies?
Yeah.
You said it's all about pride.
It is.
You're having your moment. You're having your moment.
Now Manchester's red until we face again, and let's see what happens.
I say we didn't play well enough to win. I don't think we played bad enough to lose, but there we go. It's one of them.
Yeah.
Rough with the smooth. But anyway, let's move on to the other derby. The second derby of the weekend, bro.
How do you spell North London? R-E-D. North London is and
red.
Always will be red.
Yeah.
I still think Kane's missing. Can you see that?
I saw him at a coffee shop with Holland, mate.
Yeah.
They were chilling together.
Gabrielle's been done for kidnap.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
See how they've sat me in the middle so I can't leave.
What a game. I mean, to go to White Hart Lane and keep a clean sheet.
Did you say Shite Hart Lane? It's a shite hut lane.
Light work lane.
That's
They
the
call it.
one.
Light
That's
work
the
lane.
one.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
man, they got folded like a panini, man. They got done.
Mate, Odegaard.
He's a problem. Man.
Odegaard,
And do you know what?
mate.
How many goals this season has he scored outside the box? There, in that position, bottom right.
Odegaard.
Oh,
is-
That
he's
was
done it a
a
few times.
But you know what? That was the second goal. Let's talk about the first goal quickly, man.
Oh
because,
my gosh, what
wow,
a-
man.
I mean, you
Hold
can
on.
look at the positives and the negatives and that. Obviously, negatives from Tottenham's side, but obviously Saka, how he's running that right wing,
yeah.
unbelievable. To get through to where he was, should never have been let there. Should have been
Yeah.
stopped. But what a howler! You can't make in a North London derby to make that mistake. Yes, it took a slight deflection. I can't remember who it was off of, but even so, was it Sessegnon? It was Sessegnon.
The
Yeah.
thing is, when I looked at the lineups, and I see that Sessegnon was up against Saka, I immediately, straight away, I thought
He couldn't handle the pressure.
That ain't going to end well.
No.
I get why he done it because of pace.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work. I knew it wasn't.
First 10 minutes, you could just tell he couldn't.
Mate,
handle it.
Conte is in trouble, mate. Because one, he's not improving any of the players there.
No, he's not.
Like I was watching them and I was like, you have to give credit to Arsenal. They battered them, but like Spurs are just not looking like they can even have the ball in the middle of the park. It's like
last season they would have. Last season they
and they're putting shit crosses in. Like Harry Kane and Son, there's like no movement.
Kulusevski, I mean, he's a good player. You could tell he wasn't match fit. His first came back. When I saw him in the lineup, obviously I was worried because he is a problem.
He's their only
But
creative midfielder, really.
He was shooting from distance and trying to put it in, but the gap he had to get through to get the ball anywhere playable was tiny, and he weren't going to do that.
No.
Which weren't happening. Like Gabriel and Saliba were not going to let that through, and when they were going through, they were miles wide. Miles wide. It's one of them ones where we dominated first half, absolutely dominated, and then we knew coming out in the second half. Always knew, in even 2-0 up, always knew Tottenham were going to come out. Like you say, get through the first 10-15 minute period of coming out, and we did, and we handled it.
Mate,
Last year we'd have crumbled. They'd have come out and it'd have been 75 minutes and it'd have been 2-2 and it'd have been like the nail biting 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Watching that first 15-20 minutes after coming out of half time, I was comfortable.
But was it just before you went 1-0? Partey.
oh, the rocket.
Wow, man! Can you imagine if that would have gone in?
Literally rattled.
That went
the
in,
post.
goal of the season.
I am surprised.
Partey scored in the first one.
Yeah, I was going to say
It's
even that.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
Top right. He can have a shot.
Yeah.
He's got a shot. Him and
I'm
Xhaka can have a good shot. But yeah, he's been a problem, man.
Bro, I
He's
think
been some of the balls he was putting. He put the ball through to Saka.
Did
He
you
put the ball through.
Did you watch him? What I said last time? He's been coached to release the ball quick.
who?
Partey.
Yeah,
Partey,
100%.
He gets the ball,
Yeah.
release it. He knows his injury problem.
He
He's
did
not
not,
letting
yeah.
people get close in.
Yeah.
Gets the ball, release. That's good coaching. by
Normally,
Arteta.
Yeah.
before
Really good coaching.
he'd have ran from where he was up to the halfway line, and then Spurs would have got back. But then when he put that ball through to Saka, the space it was in, he got it, turned, and put it straight.
His range of passing is unbelievable.
Oh, it's crazy.
The whole passing from the squad in the first half was just unbelievable. I mean, Zinchenko, what a game he had.
Yeah, he did. He had a very, very good game.
He was really solid at the back. Ben White as well.
I never wanted him to go.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly,
and
I
that's
didn't.
the passion he's brought. Like you could just tell he was just not letting anything past. He was just handling it. It was a great performance from Zinchenko.
Yeah.
The whole team. There was no one I could fault. Ramsdale. There was a shot from Son in the first half.
Yeah.
Any other game, Son's putting that in.
You got
Same
same
as,
Son is putting that in any other day of the week.
Yeah.
Ramsdale, look the confidence on him.
Yeah.
But was it start of the second half? Sessignon. He had a shot across goal. He saved it with his toe. But do you know what? Deservedly so. He got man of the match.
Yeah.
Ramsdale man of the match, didn't he? But then
do you know what? He had a fantastic game.
But then what followed after the final whistle was a bit.
There's no need for that. Yeah, there was no need for that at the end of the game. Like, obviously, I understand passion. You don't like losing. Obviously, we've just come to your home ground, done that, but it's just salty. There's just no need for it. Like now, the lad that's come in and kicked Ramsdale like that.
He should get jail time.
He's going to get. You get a minimum. Yeah, you should do it, but you're going to get a lifetime ban now from
you're going to get banned from the stadium
for what? So you could have in a group chat. He's going to be his mates are going to
lifetime ban. There'll be a lifetime ban.
He's kicked Ramsdale. He can never go to a Spurs. He can never go. Did you get a permanent? Is it a stadium ban? Or is it just
lifetime ban?
Is it just that stadium? Or is it any stadium?
Stadium ban is a stadium ban. Yeah.
So not
lifetime ban.
Not even just.
You can't go to any game.
No.
It's not worth it. Is it worth it?
Like you say, just have a little laugh in the group chat for a couple of days.
Then that's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know full well he's going to have a laugh, like his mates are going to just. It's just.
But then like, he'll send it to his Arsenal fans, and they'll just say back to him, "Yeah, but you still lost."
Mate,
Exactly. There's only one winner in that game. Like,
if Arsenal had a top finisher, that could have been 4-0.
Well, yeah, do you know
Yeah,
what?
it could have, yeah.
I completely agree with you. It was a ball that come through to Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah,
Like
he could have volleyed
he
that
could have
nicely.
done, and it just showed that maybe he's not ready. I mean, I like Nketiah.
Yeah.
I think he needs time. Arteta obviously trusts him. Like Arteta,
Yeah.
look at in the transfer window. Obviously, we haven't matched that offer to get Madrid.
Yeah.
He's not worried. He's happy. Arteta's come out and said a few times he's happy with what we've got, and he wants to build on that.
Yeah.
He's obviously got faith in Nketiah. Started him in the North London derby. And
He worked his
Nketiah is
socks
great.
off.
He's a very good player.
Just his finishing.
Yeah, it's
But
just his
he
finishing.
can work
But
on that.
He needs to keep playing to
To-
work on it.
yeah.
Sub him off, and his confidence is going to go. He isn't good. Like he's never going to get game time. Bringing him on in an FA Cup against Oxford and
Yeah.
things like that. You just that's not the way to do it. And Arteta's going to do it that way. But we're still scoring around him.
Yeah.
So even though he's there and he's not finishing, just won 2-0 away from home at White Hart Lane. Didn't let in a goal, clean sheet. So we're getting the results.
Yeah.
Let him build a few more games. He could be the main man until Jesus is back.
Well, this is it. But do you know what? Even though how well you're playing, there's still some pundits out there that don't think you're going to win the league.
Well, it's typical Arsenal. They don't want us to. They're waiting.
No, you know what?
They're
You know
waiting
what?
for us to slip up.
It's only because
That's what it is. They're
it's
waiting
only
for us to
because
slip up.
of the depth. We all
Yeah.
know, like
I said this last
United,
time.
Yeah, you did. He said, like,
United
we
are
haven't
up
got the
there.
depth. We haven't got the. We
United
haven't got the
are
bench
up
to
there
bring
with
on.
like City
No,
at the
100%.
moment right now, but I still don't call them like. Yeah, we're up there. It's 1 point difference.
He's not even going to
1
reply
point
to
difference.
that.
1 point difference. So if City are in the title race, you can say United, but I still feel like
Then that's what I'm saying.
we
That's
might be
what I'm saying.
around
We've got
there.
no depth. We haven't got.
Like
depth,
we
and
might be
it's
around
a
there,
shame.
but there's no way we are winning the league because we don't have that depth. One injury to Casemiro, we're done. Same thing with Arsenal. One injury to maybe Saka or maybe what's it called, Partey.
Yeah, we are done.
You're messed.
No, 100%.
Right.
It's a bit it's like saying when Jesus went out. Obviously, every Arsenal fan at the World Cup was petrified. Like this was it. Everyone was like, "Oh, Arsenal are going to flop now."
Yeah.
But we haven't. Even with
No.
Jesus out, we haven't. We've
But
picked up crucial results.
But when we're talking about title races now, yeah, like at this stage, like we're only at the just past halfway.
Just past halfway
This
point.
is
This
it,
is it now. It's like starting from
So
fresh.
when we talk about the title race now, for people to come out and say that you're not going to win the league or you're not in a title race is absolutely.
It's garbage.
Oh no, of course
It is
not.
absurd, bro.
Let's see when
anyone that says that is stupid.
Because people will still say that City are in it. Now, if you're saying City is still in it, they've got to be in it now.
Yeah.
Newcastle as well.
But even Pep, you not seen what Pep come out and said?
Yeah.
He's come out and said we ain't gonna win it. And he don't care because we won it all. I mean,
I think
what
he
was that
was
comment
just
about?
angry.
Was that, yeah, I think that's just a bit of frustration because he's a manager that likes to win.
Yeah.
It's frustration.
It's
That's all it is.
just a little bit of bitterness oozing out of him there. But the thing
Could even
is,
be because it's Arteta as well, like because he's like that was his right hand man. But then he should be positive because he should be like, well, that reflects on Pep as well.
Yeah, of course it
It's
does.
actively-
Yeah,
positively.
Ten Hag was also his assistant manager at
Bayern. Yeah.
It should, if anything, he should be congratulating and saying, you know what?
Yeah, but he would though. He would though. If City turn up to Arsenal and you beat us, he would.
He'll
Without a shadow of a
look,
doubt, bro.
Pep's like nobody can take away. Pep is an absolute world class manager. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant.
I think-
manager, and it's great. Yeah.
What I was gonna say, I think for the title race, I think we all have to just wait to see what happens between now and probably pretty much
Next 10 games.
April.
Next
April
10
time.
games. Next
April
10 games
time.
will be brilliant to sit here and just.
April
think
time,
what
we'll
the
know
Pods are doing
where
then.
everyone
Yeah.
is.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah, but I mean, you know, I'll tell you why I'm not worried at the moment is because I've seen City claw back 8 points with 5 games to go.
Yeah, but you guys
100%.
are playing differently.
Yeah, that is
yeah,
true.
but
I mean,
we've
you've
got-
seen him do it.
We've
Like,
got 20 games to go.
Yeah, but you guys, the reason why I say you guys are playing differently is like what we said.
Yeah.
You changed your style of
Do you know
playing
what?
for this season, and it's affected you guys.
Yeah, but I
all
think
you guys
now,
are looking for is Haaland.
After our last couple of results, that is going to be tweaked.
All
What I'm
you guys are
hoping,
looking for Haaland.
I'm hoping that what we're going through now, I know it sounds a bit obnoxious, but you know, because you know, City haven't always been very good. I get that, yeah, and it might sound a bit, you know, that up until now, City have been one of the best teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course,
Your team on paper should be the best team in
your team
Europe,
is
best team in the world.
We've lost a couple of games, and I'm sitting here like feeling a bit down. It's like.
What I'm hearing about you guys is what I don't hear anymore. Like we've never heard before. Players coming out and saying that there's no hunger.
Yeah,
Like Gundogan.
Yeah, Gundogan come out and say that.
I did say that.
That's not
hear that.
That's not.
hear that.
That's not
Something
what you hear
is
about
not
City.
right there. It's either the players have all got complacent and Pep is going mad.
Well, we
that's
know,
one thing you
we
can
know
assure.
how that feels as
Pep-
Arsenal, Man United fans when you lose.
That's
hunger.
one thing you can assure with Pep. Like he's not gonna accept complacency. Like
No, of course he's not.
going to
Of course
go
he's not.
in on them. But if a player's coming out and saying it's like the hunger is not there, there's something happening in that dressing room.
We
This is
don't
what I
see
mean.
that, because that's the thing that us as fans, we don't get to see. We just see how it's affected and displayed on the pitch.
Yeah.
We don't see until these players come out and say, until we know what football players are very secretive. Look at Ozil, for example. Nobody knew what was going on. Everyone knew something was up. He was being benched. No one knew what was going on until he left completely, and then it come out, and it was like that was like a couple of seasons. It was one of them ones where you just don't know. But
anyway,
I know what you're
all
saying,
our
but-
teams are playing. Our teams are
Well,
playing.
yeah. This is what I mean. So at the moment, our last couple of results, I'm just hoping that this is
A turning point, and
This is sort of
eye-opener.
our bad patch. Every team goes through one at the season. You went through one right at the
Beginning,
start.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You haven't had yours yet.
No, I'm not. Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
I like
saying?
the way you say yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Man United going to change that.
Who knows? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm hoping that this is ours and that we can kick on in our next game, and our next game's a big game.
And do you know what though? If you do change now, this is probably the best time for you guys from next game. Who have you got next?
We've got Spurs.
So
Yeah.
if you were to go and get points there, it might be.
I think
boost.
it's going to be a showdown at Spurs.
I think it's going to be that's going to be a cagey game, man. Because
Yeah,
they're
but
gonna
I'm watching how Spurs
It's at home.
play.
It's at the Etihad. But they're going to want to come at us because of
what we've just done. To them. They
to
don't want to have that done twice. To them.
No,
it's
no,
true.
not at all.
We're
But
going
also-
to
let's
want
be-
to come for them because of what they did to us.
But also, let's be real, yeah. Conte had done a double on you guys last season,
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
so it might not be as easy as we think. I think Spurs are.
I don't
crap.
think-
They are
I don't
Spurs.
think
Spurs. There's no Spurs.
But Conte seems to
Yeah, but
get it on
for
better.
some reason, Spurs always turn up against City.
Yeah. But do you know,
It might be a tough
what?
one.
Do you know what? That's exactly what I thought was going to happen on Sunday. They
Yeah.
always turn up against Arsenal. Kane turns up, scores. Just didn't happen. Maybe Spurs are now going for a rough patch. Well, I mean they always go through rough patches. They don't win anything. They never get anywhere. No, let's be honest. They never get anywhere.
Bottle jobs.
They fight for top four every year, and that to them is like they celebrate. If they get top four anywhere close to it in their change rooms, they open champagne, they dance around. Mate, we were dancing on their ground yesterday at the end. Who was it, Gabriel? And they were dancing around like it was just brilliant.
So wait, hold on. So for score predictions for that game, what are you thinking?
Yeah,
What do you
Right.
think is gonna happen?
this is an interesting
Honestly,
one.
man,
This is a really interesting
I really don't know because something needs to be tweaked with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need these 3 points now.
yeah, you need it.
I think
do.
That's it. I think you
But
do
then
massively.
at the same time, for Tottenham to still be in the top 4 conversation or to be up there with a shout, they need the 3 points.
I don't know how they are.
Yeah,
It's crazy that the fact that they are still like top four.
I
do you know what mean?
I
It's
just
mental.
think
they were
with-
grinding out.
They were grinding results. They were.
Look, when was the last time City lost 2 in a row? I don't think,
No, do you know what? That's a good question.
3 in a row.
bro.
If it
I don't
happened.
think that we're going to lose 3 in a row.
That's a good
And
question.
because we've got them at home, I think we'll edge them. I don't think we'll pan them.
It
but I
could,
think
do
we'll edge
you know
them.
what it could be? It could be a 1-0 or a 2-1.
I'm going
It
2-0.
You got
You're
you
going
going
2-0?
2-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
What would you say score's gonna be?
I am gonna go 2-1 City. I'm gonna go. I
2-1
think
City.
Tottenham will score because, as you've just said, they are gonna after this defeat. You'd think that they're gonna come out for it like
Yeah,
the same way
but
you are.
I just think there's going to be defensive tweaks there.
Yeah, 100%. It is. It's a massive game for both. But yeah,
Yeah. So
So I'm gonna be just controversial. I'm gonna say 2-1 Spurs.
are you going Spurs? So you like to go. You like to
Spurs.
go controversial. You don't.
No, I'm just saying- I was just thinking about it, like-
that's more what he hopes for because he knows
Yeah,
that
yeah,
if
yeah.
they
No,
win their game, they go above us. That's why he's
No,
saying
no,
it.
I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
true,
thinking
true.
logically. Like Spurs have gone on a bad run. They are bound to get some points.
Yeah, but I
they
think-
need to
yeah,
get
I
some
know,
points
I
on the
know.
table. And also because they've done it in the past twice,
Yeah.
home and away to City.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, and also with City, it seems if you sit back and catch them on the counter, you're playing into the hands of what Tottenham
Nah,
want to do.
yeah.
I reckon we've got Conte's number this time, man.
Yeah, but
I
I'm just
reckon
saying.
we've
I'm
got
just saying.
Yeah.
City seem to struggle when teams are parking the bus
Yeah.
and catching them on the counter.
But maybe they'll
That's
change
what
up.
we done, and we got them. If City,
Yeah.
if Spurs do that, it could potentially happen as well.
Yeah, but the thing is like our players are so versatile; they can adapt to any sort of situation. So if we can see that you're doing that, we can change it up. It didn't happen
I mean-
against you boys. I get that.
It didn't happen
it's
to,
not-
you say that it didn't happen to Spurs last season. That's why they done the double, and they done the exact same thing. So it'll be interesting. I'm saying
You could say
2-1.
that. It doesn't work every game, of course it
But
don't.
like Chris said, when was I can't remember off the top of my head when the last time City lost 2 games, let alone
No.
3 games on the bounce.
No.
That will be like I physically couldn't tell
Do
you.
you think-
without googling it and looking, I couldn't tell you.
I don't.
Controversially,
Think
do you think Haaland's going to start that game?
yeah.
So you don't think he's going to know that there's playing Haaland, everyone's focused on Haaland, and he might just switch it to how you guys were playing last season with a false line?
No, I think no.
You don't think so?
No,
He's
because
going to stick with
because
what he's doing.
because if he did that right and he takes Haaland out of the team and he doesn't put Alvarez in,
No, I'm saying
he will
Alvarez.
get absolutely hammered, man. He'll be like,
No,
you've got
I mean,
2
Alvarez-
world-class strikers on the bench.
No, I mean Alvarez
Yeah,
will
yeah,
play.
no, I agree.
Alvarez, yeah, but even when you guys play with Alvarez, it's not like playing with Haaland. Like, not everyone's always looking at Alvarez. So even with playing with Alvarez might be a little bit better. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but we could have Alvarez playing alongside Haaland. We've done that.
Do you
We've
risk
done
that?
that this season.
Do you risk that? Leave Haaland on the bench for the first half and do what you've just said, but then be 2-0 down at half time, then go, oh, bring on Haaland, and is it worth the risk? That's how I suppose it's looked at. Like, do you against Tottenham have Haaland starting on the bench?
The
Just
thing is-
logically, I don't think that's good. I don't think Pep or anyone would. That's just not going to happen.
Against Southampton, Haaland didn't start that game. He came on in the second half.
Yeah.
Right? He started the game against Man United. Our final
did he?
third passing was shocking. Here we go.
You've walked into that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Our final third passing was shocking. So if we can find him, he scores.
Yeah, of course.
We couldn't find him in the second half of the second half against
I think with
Southampton.
Spurs'
And we couldn't
defence,
find him against you
with
boys.
Spurs'
Yeah, because it was in the
defence-
coffee shop. He said it. It was in the coffee shop before I came. But anyway,
I think Spurs and Man United's defence at the minute are completely different. So obviously Haaland didn't get the reception he needed against United because
Yeah.
United didn't let him. Spurs look at
Spurs
their
might let
back
him.
four yesterday. Spurs might
They're
let him.
shambles
They
at
are
the
they
back.
are a shambles at the back. Spurs.
This is what I mean.
They
I
are
just think
shambles.
I think this is the game. Hopefully, where we kick on from here, and I do think in the end we will pick Spurs, but I don't think we'll pan them.
well,
Do you know
let's
what?
wait
Even
to
as an
that.
Arsenal fan, it would be good to see. I like a good title race.
Yeah.
Like, I like,
No,
like
it's
a title
interesting.
race coming down
This
to
is-
last
it's looking
weekend.
interesting.
This is what I mean. It's not like there's no team that are like 15, 20 points
Yeah.
clear,
No.
and it's like, well, they've won it, and everyone gives up.
It's a good season.
This is what makes it enjoyable when it gets down to the last sort of 2 or 3 games. Remember the last time it happened when it was Chelsea against
Yeah.
Spurs
Yeah.
and Leicester won, and that
Yeah.
was and Chelsea, was it Hazard that scored? And
Yeah.
stopped Spurs from? Oh, it was just
Yeah, it was stopped.
Yeah.
But I think it was
Yeah,
inevitable anyway. But
Yeah.
I do think it's good for the Premier League.
Yeah, 100%.
It is.
Otherwise, it's just a whitewash all the time, and it's just
Yeah, I do think
It'd be great to have 3 or 4 teams
I'll even say-
absolutely hammering it at the end.
Yeah, I do. I will say it as early as now, but I think this may be the start of the City Liverpool gone.
You could be, and
Because
you know,
I-
it's good to see a change.
I-
Before we move on, like Eric Ten Hag said, some errors come to an end. Next game is United Palace. I'll give me a hand.
Yeah, that is your game in
That's
hand. Yeah.
crucial.
I don't even want to touch up too much on it. United's going to win that clean. The only thing that I'm going to be
very, very confident there.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah,
very
yeah.
confident.
Eric Ten Hag's got me feeling
What if you
different.
drop
Life's
points,
different
though? How
round
do you
here,
feel
bro.
if you do drop points though?
What? Nah, I think he'll still be fine.
Life's
Yeah.
different round here. Yeah.
Life's different round
save
here.
that bit there.
In a
Life's
way.
Save that
different
bit.
round here, bro.
In a way, I
Like,
kind of don't want
It's
you
going to be a
drop
tough
points.
one because it's away.
I'm going to clip that. and I'm
And-
going to absolutely hammer you with that clip, bro.
Like-
if anything goes wrong.
Like,
You know as well.
Like, oh, don't get me wrong. It's going to be really tough.
You're away to
because
Palace, you're
I was
going to
think-
Palace.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
tough place
away.
to go.
It's going to be tough. It's away. We probably will just grind it out. It's not going to be like a clean slate. But I'm more worried because Casemiro is on 4 yellow cards and Fred is on 4 yellow cards. They get 1 more yellow card. They are not playing for Arsenal. Our priority
And that's
right now
what is Arsenal.
We need that.
Yeah.
We need them fit for Arsenal. So
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of changes he's going to do. So depending on the changes, the level of quality is going to drop if you're going to play McTominay there. So it is going to be
agreed.
that game is going to be a really tough game. But I do think we might edge it because we've
This is
got
where you'll see-
that extra
yeah.
quality, and also we're going to probably play the big man in front. So we're going to probably play a little bit longer with maybe set pieces
Yeah.
and stuff, and hopefully he can get a goal or two.
Be good to see
So-
Ten Hag's tactics for that. See
They-
what he's gonna
yeah.
do, whether he's going to think about that. Like you said,
And
taking
we- yeah.
Casemiro off. I mean, he's a good manager.
And let's
He's
be
probably
honest,
going to think that
he's-
way. Arsenal is the main game.
Exactly.
Realistically,
Yeah.
Arsenal would admit
Yeah,
it is the main game.
and let's be honest, Eric Ten Hag is showing that tactically he's sound.
Yeah.
Like he knows
what he does.
He's getting
So,
it right.
so I can trust him to figure that whole situation out. So let's see how that
As
one
an
goes.
Arsenal fan, I don't know what result I want. Obviously, I don't want you to pick up points. The ideal situation would be
I think it's going to be a 1-0.
lose to Palace and then lose to us, but I don't want you to lose
And then bounce back
Thursday
on
and then
us.
bounce back on us, because obviously we need to win that game. Whereas sometimes it makes me think, do I want Man United to just pick up 3 points, go into our match comfortable and confident, and then we hammer it to you?
Yeah.
It's a difficult one. It's one of them ones that you can't. It's not obvious. You
I'm
just
going
don't
with
know.
a 1-0 win.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Just a straight 1-0 win.
Just straight 1-0. I think we'll grind it out.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Do you know what I personally think? 1-0. I think it's going to be a draw.
draw could
I
happen
think
as
it's going to
well.
be a draw.
I think Palace will score. I think Zaha will spin.
Yeah,
well
so
back,
that's
yeah.
what I was going to mention. Zaha, he is.
So what, you
he's a
think-
hungry player.
So what, you think a draw as well, or you think
I
they're
don't
going to
know.
lose?
I'm hoping for a draw. I don't quite think that will happen. I do think you'll win in the end, to be honest, because of how you're playing, how Ten Hag's got you playing.
Rashford scoring. He's on fire. Like that bloke.
Yeah.
He's on fire.
But you're playing as a team.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Which
But
hadn't been for a while.
I do think at some point in the game, Zaha will absolutely spin Wan-Bissaka.
Because he's got it in him.
He'll get one,
Zaha's got it in him. He can have a game.
So I reckon he'll get one. So 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you said draw.
I personally, I'm going to go 1-1 draw. I think.
Is that because of what you want?
It is, yeah. I'll be honest. A draw would be perfect, because it just like doesn't knock your confidence too much, but then it doesn't give you there's a bit, you step back a little bit because you think, we have been humbled a little bit.
Yeah.
So it might.
And they need humbling.
They do.
I cannot have this. I cannot have this every week.
Life's different round here, bro.
God,
Oh.
Sam, last
Different.
season, it was me and you with our heads down.
Yeah.
Especially Arsenal.
Yeah.
So yeah, the next one, City Wolves. Quick one. You don't need to go too much.
Yeah, no, that's our
What do you
that's our game of the weekend. I think it's a routine win, bro.
I think that's a win. I think
I
that's a win.
think we'll get back to winning ways against Spurs and we'll carry it on against Wolves. That's what I'm hoping for, man.
Are you at home against Wolves?
Yeah, 3-0. 3-0.
Yeah.
3-0,
I was
yeah.
going to go 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3-0 as well.
I'd say 2.
Actually, I changed that 4-0. Yeah, Haaland's got a. He's hungry for some goals. He might show up. He might be done with his coffee shop date with Kane. He might come in and then bang a hat trick. But yeah, the big game of the weekend.
The big game.
Big game.
I'm worried.
And it's
I'm
not
worried
City.
because it's
The big game.
big game, man.
Mate.
It is a big game.
Arsenal United, mate.
And there's none of us can sit here and say who's going to win. I know
No.
you're very biased and you will go.
No, I actually don't know.
That's going to be a good game. Again, that's another game that I think could be a draw.
I'm going to go sit over there for this conversation.
I actually don't know. Like, honestly speaking, like, both teams are playing really well.
Very well.
If we have our players there, as in Casemiro and Fred, that's what I want. It will be a tough game, but I think we might just be able to edge it on you guys, because I'm just looking at it like,
Where is it? It's at the Emirates, isn't it?
It's at the
But
Emirates.
I'm looking at it like,
you've done us at Old Trafford this season
Yeah.
already.
I'm just looking at it like, we have players that we can bring off the bench. They don't have that.
Yeah.
We could go and bring Garnacho on and stuff. You don't really
Just
have
depends
that.
if you can break down our
we will
midfield.
end up bringing, we have Eriksen, Casemiro and Bruno. They can do it, but then it's whether your team's midfield is on it that day.
Yeah, well, that's
and
it.
blocks us.
Because if you've got
So,
Odegaard, Partey and Xhaka on
Yeah.
form, and then if we've got Zinchenko starting playing how we did against Spurs,
because like the
that's going to
matchup,
go past.
the matchup
This
is
is-
going to
this
be
is what I
between
mean.
the matchup is going to be between Casemiro and Odegaard and Bruno and Partey.
Yeah, 100%.
And let's see who could break the lines with it.
My opinion on that game is, you know how City United were in the first half, it was very cagey, very tactical.
It's probably going to be like that. They're going to play
think
suss
it's
each
gonna
other
be
out. They're
something
going to be
like that.
sussing each other out.
I think it's going to be our first half, but over 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, I'm going for a 0-0 draw.
Or someone could scrape it, a little 1-0.
No.
Someone could scrape it either way.
I think that's
I'm just
for
looking at
me,
it.
because of the way you two
Your
are playing at the
weakness.
minute.
What would you
0-0.
say? I'll say what your weakness is that I hope that we exploit, and you tell me what my weakness is. Your weakness, I would say, have Rashford on Ben White. There is no way Ben White is catching up with Rashford. Rashford should be sticking on him and making sure that ball over the head.
Mine's going to have to be like
and
if
stuff.
you can handle Odegaard. If your players can handle Odegaard, that's
How-
the thing, 'cause Odegaard skips
Odegaard
really
makes
well.
the whole team
He
tick.
does. He controls.
Odegaard
If he's
makes
not
the
on
whole
form,
team tick.
If Odegaard's not on form, I'm very worried. Any game, it doesn't matter who we're playing. If Odegaard's not on form because he's been consistent, and that's how it's shown.
What I would say to you as well is you need to exploit their left back, because I know he done well against Mahrez.
I don't think he'll play against what's it called?
Malacia did well against Mahrez, but I think
I don't think Malacia will play the Arsenal.
Your weakness is that left back area.
He won't play that. He won't play that game.
Yeah, your left back. We got Saka running down. Yeah,
exactly. That's where you're going to hurt them.
Yeah,
but Malacia's not going to play that game. That game, they're going to probably start Martinez against Palace, game match fit, and Martinez is going to start against Arsenal.
It probably could happen.
Martinez is going to start against Arsenal, and Luke Shaw will be back at left back. I think that's what's going to happen, because Martinez is not match fit. He's still hangover from World Cup.
I want to see Eddie. If Eddie starts, I want to see Eddie have a good game. That's what I'd love to see. Eddie and Kit. I'd love to see him score.
Saying that, I do think at the moment it is both your fullbacks. If I was to pick a weakness out of your team, it's your fullbacks.
Yeah, do you know what? Because as you said,
look who they've got coming down the wings, bro. Martinelli and Saka.
That's what I was saying. I would think my weakness will probably be Wan-Bissaka against Martinelli. Yeah. I would have been targeting that side.
But also, like you say, Gabriel, we've got a mistake. Really? Defence-wise, we have got a little mistake. Like you say, you have seen slip-outs and giving away a penalty. I think if you were to go 1-0 up, I think it'll be for a penalty. I think it'll be a silly decision. Like Gabriel, he's got a penalty in him. So is Saliba. They've both given away silly penalties this season. Both of them. Them two, they're absolutely amazing. Like working together, they're great defenders. But they have got that little mistake, and it will be in a game like that. It won't be in a game like against Palace or anything like that. It will be a game against United, and
like that would against Tottenham, wouldn't it?
And then we'd literally lose like maybe 1-0. But I'm hoping not. I'm hoping we turn up and go for it.
So before we end it, score predictions.
I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal. I'm going to back us because of how we've been playing. Like, I'm going to go for that. 1-0.
You?
0-0. I said it,
You are going
0-0.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
worst case, I would take a draw. Obviously, I would
you know what?
You're too
with how good you are,
tactically the same, bro.
You know what? 2-1. United.
Yeah, he's always going to do that. I mean, he's always going to do that.
Lads, what's the fact of the week?
Do you know what? Random fact of the week. I'm going to give it to you, Archie. I'm going to let you say this one, bro, because when you told me earlier, I was quite baffled by it.
Yeah, so I found out that Arsenal haven't done a double on Spurs in 9 years, since the 2013-2014 season. We've done it 9 years. So then we've gone and done it now.
It did actually shock me.
It did, and I told you, the face on you when I told you.
I know, that's what I mean,
9 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I was thinking of which one to do as well, but, you gave it to me, so if you didn't know...
Now you know.
Exactly that.
Peace.